What? Yeah! 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 Yo, this time, guys, we're going to test the volume, make sure everything is good. Let me check, guys. Let me check for a second. And while I check, hit that like, subscribe to the channel. Let's see what we got. All right, we can hear me. All right, man. All right. Guys, man, what's up? Welcome back, guys. I don't know what's going on. I haven't been live in a while. I went live, and then you guys couldn't hear me. I'm talking, nobody can hear nothing. I say, oh, some kind of way it disconnected the mic. I have no idea what happened. All I did was reconnect the mic, and my internet disconnected from everything in the house. Man, I'm telling you, listen, back in the day, we used to call something like this N-rig. You know what I mean? N-rig, the way everything's kind of connected. But guys, man, hit that like button. We are going to talk about some much-needed boxing. Woo! The pipeline for boxing, what we can see in the near future, it is looking good. Crawford versus Canelo. The rematch, Devin Haney versus Garcia. The return of Bomb Squad. Oh my gosh. Woo! Man, this right here is lit like a cigarette, and I don't want to put it out. And listen, man, I like to say thank all of you who encouraged me and rode right along with me on my gain weight to obesity stage in life. I appreciate it. Listen, man, 4 or 5 strong years, your boy T-Dub been doing it. Listen, I went from 180, 192, 220, 250, whoa, I'm not going to get that far into it, but your boy T-Dub, listen, I appreciate you guys who says, go, listen, man, don't buy a meal, go to the buffet. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you guys that said, why eat one plate when you can eat 2? Thank you. All right. As you see, guys, these shirts used to be loose. These sleeves used to come down here. But because I didn't gain weight in a tight, some kind of way, they went from here to balding up right here. I don't know. All right. Now I'm going to ask you guys to go ahead and ride with your boy on that weight loss journey. I'm starting out something nice and simple to get the mind right. 30 push-ups a day, 30 body squats a day, and we gonna ride this thing all the way back to the motherland. All right, guys, hit that, man. Hit that like button. Let's make sure we still good. All right, still connected. Man, guys, listen, I was talking to you guys. I'm glad I didn't get too deep in boxing talking. Next thing you know, I was like, I'm trying to check the volume. The mic volume ain't there. It's not connected. I connected in some kind of way. My internet went out. Froze me like this. Where you can see the fat of the neck. Woo! Ooh, I was like, golly, that's a horrible shot of your boy. I done got so big, I ain't even got a neck no more, man. I'm just head and shoulders, like the shampoo. I ain't got a neck no more. Golly, how do D's done went up, my neck done went down. I'm trying to go in the shell like a turtle, but I ain't got the shell. Now, guys, we gonna get into that boxing. Go ahead, give me your thoughts. Hit that like button, man. Subscribe, man. That's what we trying to be doing right now for 2025. Subscribe. That's what we trying to do. Hit it. All right. Let's go ahead and get that 10K. It's in you to do it. Now, let's get into some of this boxing, right? Remember, guys, I know I titled this Terence Crawford versus Canelo Alvarez, even though I was one of, if not the one, predicted that this was coming. What I need to do is go back deep down in the jungle, deep, and get that video and talk. I remember I told my boy Lamar, I told my boy Ferg, I said, listen, man, this is what's going to come up next. This is what's going to be the talk. Oh, you think it'd be a catchweight? I said Terence Crawford's going to try, but I don't think Canelo's going to bend. We're going to get into that. We're going to get into Devin Haney at first says, I'm not going to do a rematch. I'm not going to fight him tomorrow. To yes, sign, seal, deliver. I'm yours. The fight is there. They just have to win their next fight. And I'm telling you right now, from what I've been seeing, that's the scariest part. Deontay Wilder, Anthony Johnson, the same court. Both guys just got to win and we get the super fight. What happened? Wilder lose. You know what I'm saying? Boxing is so unpredictable right now. We have a lot. Listen, we're going to talk about the good of the boxing. Good right now in boxing is we getting the fight. Listen, you might not always get the fight you want. Matter of fact, I'm wrong. You are getting fights you want, and you getting fights or fighters getting opportunities that might not have got those opportunities before, which is good for boxing and good for boxers. The one thing that does scare me before I get into the details of what's going to happen in this Canelo Alvarez fight, before I get into those details, I seen people talk about how it's a good thing. They want them over there in Saudi to just take over completely of boxing and put everything under one umbrella. Again, guys, to me, I just haven't really seen where entity fully controlled something, and I'm not saying it's not possible. I'm not saying it's not out there. Fully control something, and they didn't end up raising the prices of that product. Like I said, I use, for example, which is the Zone. Like I said, to me, and I'm gonna say this too. I'm gonna say this, guys, about for me talking boxing, and I follow a few channels. I never intervene or get in or anything like that, but from what I've been noticing about boxing, man, is that a lot of the channels, I ain't saying no names because I got no beef with nobody, and but a lot of the channels, they have really been more, in my opinion, fans of fighters. So let's say, for an example, I'm just gonna throw something. I'm gonna make up a name because I'm gonna make up a name. Let's say you got Billy Bob. He fights for Top Rank, right? And now you got these people. We with Billy Bob. Billy Bob Top Rank. That's where it is. They need Billy Bob Top Rank, right? Top Rank this. He's so good. He's so there, that. And then PBC, they're bad. They're this. They're that. I told you, do what I say. And then Billy Bob, some kind of way, leaves Top Rank and then goes over, let's say, PBC. See, PBC is this now. See, Billy Bob, Top Rank, they messed up. It's like they're more fans of the fighters, and then the fighters' competition, who they could be fighting or should be fighting. Now all of a sudden, those channels hate those fighters. All videos are pointing out negativity for those fighters, and all videos are positive about the fighters they like. It's like these a lot of these channels, they pretty much are trying to stay in the pocket of a few fighters, and that's who they push and support, and they bash the other ones that they don't. Me personally, I try to keep it on 100, or just whatever my thoughts. I don't have no pocket, no fighters in that I'm gonna be like, oh yeah, for him, and hey, I just don't have that. If I do that, that's genuinely probably really how I feel about a particular topic. Like, let's say for example, I'm a big Deontay Wilder fan. In the time when Deontay Wilder wanted to fight Anthony Joshua, from everything I seen, Joshua didn't want that fight. I called it out. He didn't want it. He didn't want the smoke. That's just what it seemed. He said, I would freeze Deontay Wilder out. He was going to have extra security so he couldn't come. That's when I called it out. I called it out, right? And that's not because I was a Wilder fan. It's because how he was acting, because Wilder wanted to fight him. I just didn't think that was cool at that time. I didn't think it was cool. But like I said, I just see a lot of, like, it's just, like I said, for a perfect example, Billy Bob was with Top Rank. They praised Billy Bob. They praised Top Rank. Billy Bob left Top Rank. Now all of a sudden they hate Top Rank, and they still praise Billy Bob and wherever else he went. So that's just kind of been what I've been noticing. But listen, I'm going to say this. It works, right? What I've been doing obviously working, but it's extremely slow. But if you show some biasness and picking sides and not just down the middle, you can get a stronger fan base of the people that, ride with that fighter as well. But because I don't kind of think like that and I'm just trying to call it what it is, then on top of being inconsistent, see how I hold T-Dub accountable? See how I hold me accountable, Bob? Because T-Dub been inconsistent, which leads to a lot of my things. That's just not who I am. But now let's get into this boxing. Terence Crawford versus Canelo Alvarez. Guys, I did call this. I got videos way back. I said, this is going to be the new setup. People wasn't even talking about it. I put it out there. This is going to be the new setup. I did a video, and I believe I put a short on it. I called it. Now, and I also said in a more recent video, win, lose, or draw, Floyd Mayweather is going to be mentioned. Win, lose, or draw. Canelo beats Crawford because he couldn't rematch against Floyd, and he beat somebody with some style and showed that Floyd fought him when he was too young and now he's more mature, and look what he's doing. If Crawford beats Canelo, this is why Crawford's going to upstage and surpass Floyd Mayweather because he beat Canelo. He beat the older Canelo. Floyd's going to be brought up in. I'm telling you, they already starting to mention a little bit now, comparing Crawford to Floyd. They're different. Yes, they got some similarities, but they're different. I think at 147, definitely at 147, Terence Crawford got more pop than Floyd Mayweather. But I just think, man, when it comes to technical, sheer defense, and I think that's Floyd, man. I think it's Floyd. I done said it a long time ago about how when Crawford first was making some, well, when he was getting more on the stage, he's already been making noises, he's been fighting, but since he really started going to popularity, Crawford just seems to be more hittable, in my opinion, than Floyd. Like, there's been a lot of fights that Floyd would be right there in the pocket with you, and he just wouldn't get touched up, not quite like that. I think Crawford has more pop. I think Floyd has a lot more technical things, especially defense, on top of Crawford. I think these are two different fights, two different fighters that in common is Canelo, but Canelo is a different fighter, different size than what he was when he fought Floyd Mayweather. Let's see what we got. Let's see what we got. Spectrum. Yep, they said it. It's damn Spectrum. Hope I'm still going. It says there was a service outage affecting your area. Right when I went, hold on. What they said it's supposed to still be out. Hey, thank the internet God that I'm not out right now. They said it'll be restored right 4:30 p.m. Guys, it's 12:03 Central Standard Time where I'm at right now. They talking about I should be out another 4.5 hours. Now, well, thank the internet gods that they gonna let your boy T-Dub go live before I go on vacay today. So let's get to it, man. Who do you think's gonna win? Huh? Who do you think's gonna win? Terence Crawford, Canelo. Now I'm gonna tell you right now. I ain't gonna sugarcoat it. This is the type of donut you want to eat then. I ain't going to sugarcoat this. I want, hope, and would pull for Terence Crawford to beat Canelo. But if I had to be a betting man, I would bet Canelo. Why? Well, the fight's at 168. Right? Terence Crawford only had one fight at 154. Imagine, right? That was a close fight, but he won, right? He got touched up in that fight by Madrimov, right? At 154 in his first fight. Guys, he's got to go now to 160 to 168. Well, Canelo is huntable. Well, Canelo became undisputed. Well, Canelo power is still doing max damage at 168. Canelo got a hell of a goddamn chin. This is not a fight that Terence Crawford should even be focused on. I'm going to tell you right now, he should not be focused on a knockout. Terence Crawford should be focused on getting and keeping Canelo's respect. He should make Canelo respect him. When Floyd Mayweather beat Canelo, he wasn't on the verge of knocking him out. He wasn't just beating him with his awesome power. But Floyd showed that there's levels to this. And power is just one of them. IQ, inside, outside, bagging up the big man, popping him, making him pay. Every shot don't got to be a home run shot, but you keep touching him. You got to gain, listen, Terence Crawford got to gain respect. He got to gain respect. But to give respect, you got to have respect. That means he got to respect what Canelo's bringing as well. But he got to gain respect. The moment, if Crawford comes out and he's immediately moving backwards like this, if Crawford comes out and do a Jermell Charlo, which let me down, it'd be a lackluster, boring fight. It'd be like, oh my God, this is a 100% money grab. Oh my gosh. Fans are done. Crawford needs to come out and be active. Crawford needs to make sure that his stamina is second to none. And when Canelo takes his break, Crawford needs to smash the gas. Here's another reason why I think Canelo will win. It's kind of what I've already said. We've seen Canelo at 168. We know what to expect at 168. We also know that he don't move his head like he used to either. We also know that even though he's winning, it hasn't really looked like the primers of Canelo either. Hasn't really. But we still know he's winning and he carries that power. Terence Crawford is 38, probably pushing 39, or already turned 39. He got to be pretty close to it by the time the fight happens, because I believe it's scheduled for September. And either they both going to have a fight in between then, and again, if they both do, the way things been going, this fight could be off the table, man. Listen, before, that's been the scary thing. You sign to fight each other, but yet you both got to fight somebody beforehand. We don't know what Terence Crawford looks like at 168 fighting. There is a major difference between walking around at 168, eating what you want, and going to the gym, than being trimmed and ready for a fight. It's a difference. It's a difference. Booba Andre, 154 looked good, 160 looked good. walked around higher. Moved to 168, wasn't the same boo-boo no more. Power didn't do the same. Guys, Terence Crawford will have to. Do we know what his power gonna carry like at 168? Do we know? He jumping up. Listen, yes, he had one fight at 154. But now you gotta jump 2 more goddamn divisions. How do you carry power like that? Do you put on the muscle to try to carry the power? To hit somebody who had a chin that ain't been cracked yet? And if you put on the muscles and you hope to gain the power, how does that affect your speed? And you got more muscles, so you need more oxygen. How does that affect the endurance or fatigue of those muscles? Speed, fatigue, power. Now, if Terence Crawford some kind of way wins this fight, I give him superior amount of more credit than Canelo winning. It is set up for Canelo to win. It is set up for Canelo to win. Getting a black fighter who they said he wasn't fighting. Remember, first he said he wasn't fighting Mexicans. Still, he started doing that again. Then he was avoiding American black fighters. Now he's fighting Terence Crawford. Guys, when I look at Terence Crawford and Canelo, when I look at their skill set, they're different skill set, but I don't care who you get it to, they're not that far from each other. They're different, but they're not that far from each other. And now you're taking the smaller guy, amazing boxer, and you're telling that smaller guy to fight a guy whose skills are similar but different. This bigger guy doesn't come down none, stays comfortable, and make the other guy come up. Guys, is there a chance Crawford could win? Yes. But he has to pull off the perfect game plan for 12 rounds. I don't see him knocking out Canelo. He has to pull out the perfect game plan for 12 rounds. He has to get into Canelo head. If I was Terence Crawford, I would want to remind Canelo of Floyd. Like, verbally telling him, if Floyd is, Floyd that. If I was Terence Crawford, I would try to come out as sharp as I can those first rounds. And I would tell him, I would be like, deja vu, huh? Deja vu, huh? He gotta get into Canelo head. He can't just be quiet and let this be a boxing match and see what happens. He has to pull out. He gotta get in Canelo head. He gotta get Canelo thinking, oh, you think you gonna be Floyd, huh? And he has to make him try to go get it so he can capitalize on it. Oh, what's up, Juan? Juan Pablo says Canelo drops and stops Superbud in the 8th by KO. Viva Medico! Man, again, I am pulling and would like to see Terence Crawford get the victory. But if I am a betting man, if I'm putting my money, my dinero, if I'm putting me dinero on this, I would have to put a Canelo. And if I lose it because Crawford won, so be it. But this size difference, like I said, man, when I look at their skills, Crawford is 38, right? And now, at 38, when a lot of fighters are retired, thinking about retiring, close to retiring, or definitely over the hill, he's going up 2 divisions. That's tough. That's tough. Listen, man. All hats off to Crawford. That is some tough shit. And as long as he come out, if he don't look like Jamel, to me, Jamel Charlo fight looked like he took the fight for the money. It looked like he was all talk. And when it come down to showing, it's like he felt kind of scared to me. Crawford needs to come out. I mean, he needs to come out short. He needs to come out real short. See, Canelo is going to come out and try to feel Crawford out. He want to try to judge his speed. He's going to want to try to get the distance. He's not going to be throwing a lot of crazy punches off top. Canelo's going to be, he's going to come forward. He's going to let his presence do work for him. See, some fighters don't know about that. He's going to let his presence. See, when you're a bigger fighter, right, and you got power, and you step forward, that's enough to make some fighters' heart pace beat a little bit more. They start backing up a little bit because they don't want to get hit with nothing, you know. So they burning extra energy. They're already in their own head. So Canelo gonna come out, moving a little bit, maybe throw some. He'll throw a couple hard there, but he's not gonna go too crazy in the first round. At least not in the beginning. Maybe towards the end he might throw some more hot sauce on there, but not in the beginning. He's gonna want to try to fill out Crawford. He's gonna see. He want to see what type of Crawford is coming to fight. What kind of Crawford is coming to fight? Is he coming to stand? Is he coming to bang? Or is he going to be in retreat? Now, some people are comparing Crawford to, what's the guy? Cato Plant. I think they're different fighters. I know Cato Plant is a boxer more. I think they're different fighters. I think Crawford throws more shots, even the jab, with more dealing intentions than Plant. To me, Plant jab, it's more of a quick flicker. It's like, it'll touch you, it'll hit you, but it's more of a quick flicker. Terence Crawford jab more like a, you know what I'm saying? You know, he's trying to put more mustard. And I'm telling you, he's gonna have to demand Canelo. Right here! Terence Crawford need to be so vocal in this fight right here and tell Canelo right here, fluid, all over again. He needs to talk to him when they tied up. Yeah, you get that, you getting whooped, huh? Yeah, it's hard, huh? Because a straight up fight, you listen. They tell you right now, you know what I'm saying, that mental is what 80%, 90%. A boxing, right? Mental. You have to get this guy thinking. And if it gets Canelo more matter and getting him taking more chances to knock out Terence Crawford, that benefits Crawford. Now, if Crawford get caught, you know, we see what happened, right? We seen what happened. Listen, if I had to bet on a knockout, and that, like I said, if I had to bet on a knockout, if there's going to be a knockout in this fight, I have to go with Canelo. It's too many unknowns of what we're going to see from Crawford at 168. When I saw Crawford at 154, I thought he was good. And, you know, his last fight at 147, he looked at unbelievable, right? I'm being honest. It looked like Earl Spence I don't know, man. Whatever Earl was doing or prepped to do, Earl did not look good, man. All the reaching, he looked at slow. Earl just looked at bad. Now, I'm not knocking Crawford because Crawford did exactly what it needed to do to fight, to win, to control the fight. But, man, damn, man. Earl Spence, even before the fight, he was talking even slower than normal. It was just bad, man. It was bad. And Terence Crawford looked unstoppable. Then he moves up to 154, take on Madrimov. You know, a guy that only had 9 or 10 or so fights, and it was a struggle. I don't even know if Crawford got hit by Spence. But we seen Crawford hit, right? Mean Machine hit him, right? We seen him hit, all right? Gamboa caught him, right? We seen it. We can't sit up here and say that we don't think Canelo gonna hit him, can we? We can't sit up here and say that we think Canelo not gonna land. Hell, they said we landed on Plymouth Rock. Some people say Plymouth Rock landing on us. It's gonna land either way. Landing on Plymouth Rock or we landing or Plymouth Rock landing on us. Either way, it's gonna land. And when it do land, oh my gosh! When we watch Crawford versus Canelo, we're not so really watching to see the real effect when Crawford hit Canelo. We're more so watching to see how Crawford takes a Canelo punch when Canelo hits Crawford. See, if Crawford lands a good punch, oh yeah, good shot. That's what we're going to be thinking. When Canelo lands one, we're going to we looking to see the effect. Is he hurt? How did he take it? Did he recover? Oh, he's good, he's good. That's what we're looking at. Because he's going to, if this fight was at 154, I would have Crawford. If they right now, if Canelo dropped to 154 and Terence Crawford fought him at 154, I'm picking Crawford. If the fight is 160 and Canelo come down to 160, hold on, guys. Yo, Loud T-Dub, who's calling?
Will.
What up with it, Will?
What's going on with you, man? How you doing?
Man, I'm good, man. You want to talk some boxing with your boy, man?
Yeah, I want to talk some boxing with you real quick, man. I'm calling from ATL, man.
Hey, shout out ATL.
Yeah. So I've been sitting listening to you, man, and everything, and
Okay.
I'm gonna be real with you. In my opinion,
All right.
if I go back and look at the fight with Madrimov and Terence Crawford, what folks don't understand is if you go back, I watched that fight 2 times. One day and I watched it again the next day, just to kind of get a more clearer understanding of the fight. Terence Crawford controlled the whole entire fight. And this is the only thing. I want you to go back, if you have time, go back and look at the fight. And this is something that we were just talking about. I watched the Chantelle fight this morning. And I was looking at one thing. Terence Crawford came out in the southpaw stance the whole fight. He didn't move. So what he did was he took away the biggest thing from Madrimov was his jab. That's how Madrimov get off. He worked behind his jab. He took the jab away, but he became subjectable to the left hand of Madrimov. So that's why you kept saying Terence Crawford get hit. Now I said that to say this: when I watched the fight with Charlo and I watched the fight with Berlanga, the very thing that Canelo did to both of them was he hit them with the left hand. They were subjectable. Everybody say Charlo was subjectable to the left hand. Same thing with Berlanga, but he knocked Berlanga down with the left hand. The only thing for me is that Crawford is so smart. Is that even though Madrimov hit him with the left, he always threw his hand up to kind of take away some of the blow. He's a smart fighter. And this fight against Canelo is going to look just like the Madrimov fight. He's not going to allow Canelo to do what he want to do. And another thing, and I'm done after this, is that I think that what Charlo couldn't do, what Berlanga couldn't do, what Manguia couldn't do, none of these guys gave Canelo something to think about as far as power. And one thing you just mentioned a few minutes ago is that jab. When you talked about Errol Spence and you talked about Terence Crawford. Terence Crawford jabs are just like left-hand hooks, but they come straight. And he turned the knuckle over. And when he started keep on hitting, did you see Madrimov's face after that fight was over?
Yeah, I did. Did you see Terence Crawford had some swelling too?
Oh yeah, he did, but it came from the left hand.
Right.
It came from the left hand, and he got some jabs in as well.
Don't Canelo have a good left hand too? Left hooks?
Yes, he will.
Right.
But that's my thing. You noticed that they said before the fight that Madrimov was bigger than Crawford. They say he was a lot bigger than Crawford, and Crawford was going to struggle with him because he was a bigger, more powerful puncher. But you noticed that Terence Crawford kept Madrimov feigning the whole night. He was undecisive about what he wanted to do, how he wanted to attack, because Terence Crawford kept that jab in his face, and it hurt. They kept on making him back up, making him start.
All right, let me ask you a question.
Go ahead.
Did you see when Boo Boo Andrade fought Dave Benavidez?
Yeah.
What was the main difference in that fight?
I just think Andrade wasn't ready.
There was a difference. I'll tell you the difference. There was a sheer size and power difference with Andrade. That was it. When Dave Benavidez touched Andrade, he hurt him. But when Boo Boo hit him, he couldn't face him. Now, remember, I've been saying this over through this. And shout out to my girl Justify the building. What it do? I would love for Crawford to win this fight. Love it. Because he got everything stacked against him. We don't know what to expect from Crawford at 168. We know what to expect from Canelo. We know he got a chin. We know he ain't never really been hurt. Huh?
Did you know what to expect from Crawford at 154? You knew what to expect from him.
Well. I think.
At 135, we saw it numerous times.
But here's the thing.
Didn't know what to expect.
Well, no, hold on. Here's the difference. Here's a major difference. Here's the difference. Crawford was fighting at 147 for a lot of fights, right? And he was doing well, showed a lot of power at 147. Crawford hit Madrimov at 154 with a lot of shots. But I'm going to be honest, I don't think, maybe Madrimov got a better chin, but I'm not sure if I can really say he looked as strong at that one fight that we can look at than he did at 47. He destroyed Errol Spence at 147, and he beat and knocked out everybody else at 147. But he did not beat and knock out Madrimov at 154. And remember, that's only one. But hold on. Give me 1 second. I'm about to finish. I'm about to land this plane for you. His power was, in my opinion, just a little less than 154. And that's only one division up. He only had one fight at 154. Now he got to go clear past 160, all the way to 168, and fight a guy who's known for having a granite chin, good power, and would beat the snot out of your shoulders, your chin, your head, and whatever he can hit. And he did knock down the Berlanga, who was a 168-pound young guy. He did beat everybody at 168 that are 168-pound fighters. That's why it's hard as hell for me to favor a natural 147-pound fighter like Crawford, who's really just moving up to fight Canelo.
So let me just say this right quick. Did you know how much weight, do you know the weight of Canelo the night that he walked in the ring against Floyd Mayweather?
I maybe around one. I know the weight. I know he weighed in at 152. He may have been like one.
No, sir.
No, that's the weigh-in. The weigh-in was 152.
Right.
He might have walked in around like 168. He was like around 168, 170. He was around there. But again,
he came in at 175. Between 172, 175. That's what he was when he came in the ring against Floyd.
There's still a difference. He had to weigh 152. There's a difference. He was champion at 154. He took the fight at 152. Now this is different. He's weighing 168. He can come in at 200. It's a difference.
I know, but I'm trying to show you something though. This is all I'm trying to show you. My point to you is that it doesn't matter because if you look at both of their stature, Terence Crawford is taller than Canelo, so automatically the weight really doesn't matter.
It does matter. It's not just height. It's how your body is built to fill out. It's different.
But you gotta let me finish my point though. My point is this: you see how bigger than he. I'm not trying to compare the skill set of Floyd and Terence. What I'm trying to show you is the game plan. See, Floyd had a game plan for Canelo. Canelo still was fast at that weight. But what Floyd did was Floyd took angles. Floyd took away his most precious thing that he had, which was that hook, and his jab. And there were times that Floyd would suck him in and take advantage of him because Floyd worked from the inside out. You know what I'm saying? It was times that he would jab him, and then when Canelo, when he saw that Canelo took a break, he came in, got off on him on the body, got back out of there. Now, I'm not saying that Terence Crawford gonna move around like that, but if you watch Terence Crawford's fights, Terence Crawford is very elusive. He is suspect to the other fighter in the ring outside of what they looking at him from the outside compared to being in there with him. And I know that Madrimov thought before the fight started that he was going to be able to take advantage of Crawford, but he really wasn't. Because it was a difference when you get in the ring. You're not comparing apples and oranges. First of all, I'm not gonna take nothing away from Floyd. Floyd is a master boxer. Like I said,
you can rank him where you want. I got him, he's definitely up top 5, top 3 of all time. You can put him where you want to put him. But Crawford's not Floyd. Crawford has more power than Floyd, and Crawford switches. He doesn't even switch more than Floyd. Crawford is honestly more of a southpaw fighter. He's converted. He's a southpaw fighter who sometimes fight orthodox. That's what he's been for the last few years. He don't really switch no more. He's a southpaw, sometimes switch orthodox fighter. He gets hit more than Floyd. If that was Canelo in there landing those same shots like Majumov landed against Terence Crawford, I think it'd be a different result.
But you don't have to worry about that though, because they're going to fight. So you're going to be able to see.
Yeah. I know. That's why I say I'm picking Canelo. Yeah, they're gonna fight. And if I have to pick somebody, I'm picking Canelo.
I think that
pulling for Crawford, picking Canelo.
I'm thinking that you're going to see the same type of fight.
It's gonna be different weight, different fighter.
I saw it.
It's different. All right.
I saw it when he fought Berlanga.
And you say he dropped Berlanga, right? And he dropped McGear too, right? Didn't he drop him too?
Okay, so you say that it's Berlanga and McGear, Terence Crawford? And one of them fighters better than Terence
I'm telling you, he's hurting fighters that are naturally that weight. What makes me think he can't hurt Crawford?
They don't have his skill, though. They don't have his skill.
But how do we know the skill is going to transition to more weights? He can be slower. His power cannot be effective. And if he cannot gain, just like I said, what he need to do.
Because it's already been transitioned weight.
No, it ain't. He ain't fought at 168. Fighting at 168 and sparring at 168, it is completely different.
Okay, let me ask you a question. Did you see the Charlo fight?
Yes.
Charlo came up to 168, okay?
You're right. He came from 154 to 168, right? Yes.
Right. And the difference in that fight was Charlo just did not want to throw, but when he did, he was able to get on Crawford's ass. If that would have been get on Canelo's ass. If that would have been Terence Crawford hitting him the same way, which I think that Terence Crawford hits harder than Charlo. I feel like that.
Listen, all right. Listen. Terence Crawford hits harder, probably at 147 and 140. We don't know what he hits like at 168. We have no idea. But we have seen Triple G hit Canelo, Berlanga hit Canelo, Caden Plant hit Canelo. What's the English guy? I can't think of his name. We seen these guys, all the Colin Smiths, they all hit Canelo. We even seen a 175-pounder hit Canelo, and they have not stopped, hurt, or dropped this man.
So, okay, no, he's been hurt. And the thing is, he hasn't been dropped, but he's been hurt.
Hurt or buzz? Hurt or buzz? They're different. Being hurt, which means you're on the verge of being knocked out. Mean buzz, you got a good shot in. There's a difference.
Because I even saw Charlo hit him with a left hand that he didn't even see coming. I just saw that fight.
You can get hit with shots you don't see coming. What I'm saying is, Canelo had to impress him the whole fight. And when he hit him with that left hand, Canelo was still coming, but he wasn't throwing nothing because he was buzzed. So my point is that Charlo just did not come to fight. He didn't come to win the fight. I agree with that. I agree. He didn't come to win.
You already know that Terence Crawford is walking in that ring to make history that night.
Yeah, and I hope so. I'm pulling for him. I hope so. Listen, just like when Crawford fought Errol Spence Jr., I was probably more of a fan. I was a fan of both, but I could relate more with Earl. But I kept my thing from the beginning. I said, listen, this Terence Crawford got too much skills. He's going to beat Errol Spence. I thought it was going to be a closer fight than what it was, but I always thought Terence Crawford had the skills to beat Errol Spence Jr. That's why I picked him. Now, I play devil advocate, made people not think what I'm going to go with, but that's what I always pick with. Now, in this fight right here, Canelo, ever since the Floyd fight, matter of fact, before the Floyd fight, he's been stacking things in his favor. He created a 155-pound weight class where he made people come fight there. He has put rehydration clause on Kovalevs and other people. Canelo is by making Terence Crawford fight out of his comfort zone. Listen, if Terence Crawford walk around at 168 That's not a fighting weight. That's you're walking around, eating what you want to eat, going to the gym, fighting with headgear and 16-ounce gloves. That's not actual at your optimum shape for fighting. Canelo is fighting at his. Listen, and you talk about the height. Most of the time, I'll be honest, most people are taller than Canelo. But Canelo has a short, stout, wide build. His body has been conditioned.
He got short arms. He has short arms.
Right.
Do you know how many? But do you know how many chances? And do you know what he's going to have to do? See, that's the key in this fight. The key in this fight is that Terence Crawford, with that strong jab he got, is going to have to make Canelo feel it.
I agree. Yeah, I agree. Yes, he is. Yep, I agree with that.
Canelo going to try to walk him down. But what I'm trying to tell you is watch. That's the same thing that Madrimov was going to do until Terence Crawford kept beating that eye up with that damn jab.
If they trade shots, who win? If Terence Crawford let a good shot, Canelo, who win that?
Listen to me, though. You're not listening to me. Terence Crawford's not going to get into no major punching. Just gonna brawl with Canelo.
I didn't say that. Listen, that's the thing. See, you want me to listen to you, but you can't hear me. I ain't say that.
No, I hear you. Go ahead.
But
if they get into a brawl.
No, not a brawl. Not a brawl.
A swinging match.
At some point, like I said, Terence Crawford is gonna have to get respect from the beginning. He's gonna have to give his. He don't need to pull no goddamn Jamel Charlo and do all that backpedaling. Like I said, I think he needs to be verbal as well. He's not going to physically bully Canelo. It's just not going to happen. Canelo done seen stronger fighters. He's not going to physically bully him. He needs to use the physical with the mental by doing shit, showing that he ain't being phased with, landing those shots. He need to be sharp as hell. Countering early on, landing a jab. He needs to just be on point early and try to get in Canelo's head. But even with that all said, I don't see Terence Crawford stopping or knocking out no Canelo. And even if he fights the perfect game plan, I think Canelo has the chance of hurting him with one big shot than Terence Crawford hurting him. But I'm not saying Terence can't win because I want him to. But if I'm picking somebody, if I'm going to be what I consider smart money, that if you can call it smart on a prediction, I would have to go with Canelo and pull for Crawford.
Okay, now watch this. Why do you think Canelo is asking for so much money against Crawford? You know why? Because he figured that, okay, see, what y'all don't understand is...
He asked so much money for everybody. He asked so much money for everybody. Think about this.
Let me finish.
Go ahead. Then I'm gonna cook some real stuff up. Go ahead.
Okay, Terence Crawford got long arms, okay? Terence Crawford got very, very long arms. And when you said something about the walk-around weight, he said the other day that he normally walks around, probably around like maybe 152, 155 all the time when he's not in training camp, but he's training year-round. He said, so putting that weight on and getting ready for the fight is really not a big deal because he's already used to training.
Have you ever boxed before, man? Hey, have you boxed before, bro?
I understand.
I'm saying, have you personally trained and fought for a fight before?
No, have you?
Yes. Which means you cannot say. But again, because you have never ever been and felt those differences of sparring weight and fighting weight and learning that. Because you haven't, it's really hard to take that course and, you know what I'm saying, serious, or that it's just not believable since I've been there before. Now, in fact, you must, is this your first time to my channel, man?
Yeah, this is my first time. I just, I was strolling through because I've been at home sick, you know what I'm saying, whatever.
Hope you get better.
Yeah, and I saw your channel, and then I
appreciate it.
Listening. And and I like things like this because I'm trying to get something going similar, but I always like to watch other people's content.
Right. Nothing wrong with that.
I think this is a very very good thing, a very good platform because it's just really listening to everybody's perspective about their own likeness of a fighter or likeness of the fight. And I'm a fan of both fighters. I'm more of a Terence Crawford fan. But at the end of the day, I know what he's going up against Canelo. But people don't give Terence Crawford credit for his IQ in the ring.
I think they do, though. See, I think they do. I'm like I said, I told you, I'm not sure when you jumped on. I said if this fight was at 154, I would pick Terence Crawford. If the fight was at 160, I think it's more of a toss up, but it's not. It's being put in Canelo comfort zone. Now, when I look at their skills, like it's like the fight's at 168. If I was Terence Crawford,
but sir,
I wouldn't even weigh 168. I would weigh anybody 165. What's up?
Can I just say one thing right quick?
Go ahead.
Now, what you just said was absolutely true, okay? Everything is in Canelo's corner. The weight, he coming in natural. He fight at 168. That's his natural weight. He come in at 175.
He's undisputed at that weight class. He's undisputed at 168. He can come in a fight weighing 180, 185. We don't know what Canelo gonna come to the fight at. We have no idea.
I agree with that. But this is my only thing that folks don't understand. We're not dealing with the same Canelo. Folks don't even understand that. That same Canelo we talking about, he did not knock neither one of them. He knocked them down, but he didn't knock them out. Them guys still got up and fought him all the way to the end of the fight. They still made it a fight. So my point is, even if that had been the young Canelo, those fights would have been over with when he knocked them down. But those guys took the knee because they got hit with a good shot. They took a knee, got back up. He didn't never get that shot again because those guys took that away. Now the fight went on, and they didn't take as many chances. But I'm saying that ain't Terence Crawford. Terence Crawford ain't that type of fighter. Terence Crawford is a dog. You see what I'm saying?
Listen, all right.
Go back and watch that fight and see what Madrigal hit him with that left hand, and see how he put his foot down. He planted his foot, and he stood there. He got at Madrigal. Madrigal didn't want none of that.
Okay, listen. Hey. First of all, shout out to ATL. I'm not saying Crawford's no dog, but you had referenced something earlier as if Canelo was asking for more money to fight Crawford in some kind of way. He was scared to fight Crawford.
Not scared.
Hold up.
Not scared, but either way, he wins.
Well, check this out. Hold on. Now, from what I know, it was told and heard that before Crawford beat Errol Spence Jr., it was set up for Errol Spence Jr. to be the one that has to move up to 168 and fight Canelo. So Canelo was never scared to fight a smaller fighter. He was going to fight Errol Spence because it would have been a big, because Errol was big. But when Crawford beat Errol Spence Jr., they kind of took Errol out the spot and put Crawford in it. Now, let's talk about the more money. The person, in my opinion, and the bigger fight, to be honest, I don't think Canelo Alvarez versus Terence Crawford is bigger than if Canelo Alvarez would have fought David Benavidez, because people actually see David Benavidez as a threat to really beat Canelo. He's in the same division. At 168 pounds, he has mollywopped damn near everybody he fought, including David Benavidez. He's just went through them. That would have been a bigger fight because the pose would have been like, you don't know who really can win. Benavidez stopping people, Canelo stopping people, and Benavidez is bigger. But Canelo is fighting a smaller Crawford. And again, it's a big fight, but I don't think it would have. Think about it. He said the only thing Benavidez, he said in order to fight Benavidez, he wanted them to give him like, I don't know if it's 100 million, 200 million for that fight. He said the only thing Benavidez offered him is 25 pounds more extra on fight night. That's a person that Canelo don't want to fight. He didn't want to fight. That's a person that he's not fighting. He chose to fight a 147-pounder who only moved up for one fight at 154. That's who he chose to fight at 168 and not David Benavidez. Which that's the fight people actually been asking for. Nobody's really been asking for Crawford versus Canelo. That's just been a comparison that actually happened because Crawford said he would do it. They've been asking for Benavidez, and that's what we have not got.
But you know why though, right?
See how I'm cooking? See your boy frying eggs this morning? Now go ahead, champ. Go ahead.
I'm gonna tell you what I feel like the reason why the Benavidez fight is bigger.
Yes.
It's bigger because right now, back in the day, it used to be Caucasian number of viewers that view boxing. You had a lot of African American viewing boxing because they had African American fighters. You know, it was a big deal. But now that you got more of the Latino and the Mexican fighters and, you know, all Cuban fighters, that fanfare has gotten bigger. And to the point now that the Mexicans are actually outweighing the viewership when it comes to boxing.
I don't think that's the only reason why that fight's big, though. I think at one point Jamal Charlo was a fight that people want to see Canelo have. Remember, because people were saying Canelo wasn't fighting African Americans.
So I'm gonna ask you one question then. So would a Jamal Charlo and Canelo fight be bigger than Benavidez?
Not right now, because Jamal Charlo is not the same. When Jamal Charlo was doing well, it would have been a pretty.
But even if Jamal Charlo would have been the same Jamal Charlo before all this middle stuff started happening, do you still think that fight would have been bigger? Oh, let me ask you this.
I think at that. Hold on, you gotta remember at that time, I believe Canelo Alvarez was around 160 pounds, so the Jamal Charlo would have been a more natural fight. When Canelo Alvarez moved to 168 pounds and he went through all the champions, and it was only when David Benavidez, I think he might have tested positive for like some kind of drug, like.
Yeah, he did.
But I don't think it was a performance enhancement. It must have been. It's for something else. And when he lost his belt, I think he petitioned the WBC to fight. I can't remember the guy he fought for it, but it was just like the dude was just coming off of a loss, and then he got the belt and was able to fight Canelo for it. So when he moved to 168, and David Benavidez is looked at being the biggest threat at 168, not Billy Joe Saunders, not Cato Plant, not any of them other guys. He was looked at as being the guy, and that's the guy that he didn't fight. So when Canelo was at 160, Triple G, Jamal Charlo, those was the fight people wanted to see. He moved to 168. Since he been at 168, even his fight at 175, it's been David Benavidez. Terence Crawford just entered the building when he beat Earl Spence Jr., and he's still a much smaller fighter who got an uphill battle to climb.
Yeah, but see what? But I wasn't talking about the size of the fighter. I wasn't talking about.
You said was it a big Benavidez was?
I'm saying, hear me out. I wasn't talking about the fighter itself or the road that they took to get there. I just asked the question of, because you got to understand, what makes the money is the eyes and the asses that's in the seats and the eyes that's on the pay-per-view. That's what makes the money.
At the time, Jamal Charlo was the name. Benavidez didn't have at the time.
Right, but but that's what I'm saying. I'm saying.
I don't think you listen.
See, at this particular moment,
no, you can't use this. Now, see, you talking about this particular moment. They're not the same. Jamal Charlo is not looked at the same than when he was on top.
No.
So you can't say at this moment.
We understand that back then, Charlo was the guy because Charlo, Benavidez was off doing something else, going through his own little problems, so he didn't even have any spotlight on him as far as boxing. It was all Charlo. But when Charlo went down, Benavidez started coming up. And then Benavidez started beating all the people that Canelo had fought at 168. Now everybody's saying, well, we want to see Canelo against Benavidez. But everything is about timing. I think Canelo want to end his career against Benavidez because he understands that is going to be the biggest pay-per-view money that he would ever make in his history. It's like it could be a $200-300 million fight for him. You understand what I'm saying? Because now you're going to have not only casual watchers watching the fight, but you're going to have countries watching the fight.
But then that still goes back to he decided out of all the fights that's possible to fight a blown-up welterweight and make that blown-up welterweight come to 160 pounds, fight where he never, ever had a professional fight at. Remember, Bud came from like 135. He got a fight at a weight he never fought at. Remember, when you spar, you typically have 16-ounce, 18-ounce gloves on, and you have a headgear on. But when you fight somebody, the headgear is not there, and you're fighting in, 10 or 8-ounce gloves. Those are huge, huge difference. Just like a lot of fighters, they use that excuse. Oh, I walk around with this, and then when they lose, what they say? Oh, I felt the difference. I felt he was strong on fight night. It's different. Terence Crawford is about to be hit by a known hitter at a bigger weight class.
You gotta hit him first, though.
Oh, listen, Terence Crawford get hit in every fight. What you mean?
He gonna get hit, but it's how he get hit. See, that's the difference. He get hit, but how he get hit is gonna make the difference.
Did he have some swelling versus? What about Mean Machine? You know, did you see the fight when he fought Mean Machine? And Mean Machine,
I saw the fight with Mean
right?
Machine.
Did Mean Machine hit him?
With an uppercut. He hit him with an uppercut, and it locked his knees, and he fell down. Oh, yeah, that was a knockdown. I agree with that. But you know what? The thing about it is that you got fighters in this fight, man, in this fight game that have taken Floyd Mayweather. Zab Judah Floyd should have been counted 8 count against Zab Judah, but they didn't call it. So my point is that I'm looking at how Terence Crawford get hit against Canelo versus him getting. He's not gonna let.
How you gonna say how he get hit? Listen, when you get hit, you get hit. You don't know how. Only thing you know is at some point Canelo gonna. What happened when Canelo fought Amir Khan? What happened when Amir Khan? I think Amir Khan jumped up from, was it 147 to 154 maybe? Right. So, but Amir Khan was looking good at first, right? He was speed. Yeah, no, Amir Khan was looking good. Amir Khan was using speed. He was winning. He may have won 3 or so in the last first 5 rounds, well, within the 5 rounds. What happened when Canelo Alvarez made a long distance call and reached out and touched him? What happened? When he really touched him, when he really laid hands on him and blessed him, what happened to Amir Khan once he laid hands on him?
He went out.
Right. So once Canelo Alvarez prayed over him.
What happened when Terence Crawford hit Amir Khan? What did he do?
When Terence Crawford hit Amir Khan?
Yeah, Terence Crawford knocked Amir Khan out.
Amir Khan found a way to quit. He found a way to quit.
Come on, man. He had to find a way to quit against Terence Crawford.
Yeah.
But he didn't find no way to quit against Canelo.
Hell no. Canelo knocked him out. He quit on his feet against Crawford, bro. He quit. Listen, I'm not the one that's gonna minimize Crawford. I like Crawford. I want Crawford to win, but I call shit straight down the line like 100-mile-an-hour fastball in baseball. I call it.
Straight down the line. I just think it'll be another match of my fight, man. In my opinion, I think he's gonna take away the jab from Canelo, because Canelo arms are short. Canelo gonna have to take more chances to try to get inside of Terence Crawford. He's gonna get frustrated. He's gonna start throwing wild ass punches, and then when Terence Crawford gonna drop his ass. For the first time in y'all career, y'all gonna see Canelo ass hit that mat.
Hey, like I said, this fight's happening. The only thing that I hope, you know what? The only thing that I hope is, because what's been scaring me lately is they make these future big fights and then they make them fight somebody in between time, and then things don't work out. I'm hoping, because remember, this fight is supposed to be in September. Remember, this fight is even on a Mexican celebrated day.
I thought it's supposed to be in May, Cinco de Mayo.
No, September. From what I heard, this is gonna be September.
Oh, I thought it was Cinco de Mayo. This fight was scheduled for May.
No. I heard Canelo gonna fight again unless something changed.
Oh wow, man! Don't tell me they're gonna give him another fight with some unknown ass motherfucker, man. Come on, Canelo, don't do that shit, man.
Again, like I said, now I will have to, unless something changed and it could come out.
I heard that, man. I heard that. I heard what you just said, because they said something about it. They was talking about it, and they said if Canelo get past some guy named some shit, V or G or whatever the fuck his name is.
But remember,
I just thought that was an oversight.
Terence Crawford got to fight somebody too. Think about it. If Terence Crawford, if he does not take a fight before September, I'm 1,000% picking Canelo. Because when the last time he fought, didn't he have to sit out damn near a year and fight somebody that much bigger? Terence Crawford needs to fight a winnable fight, and he got to look good. He just can't take no fight. Because remember,
if I'm Terence Crawford, I go to one. My next fight I take will probably be at 168.
No, I'll be 160. I do, because
160, 168. It doesn't matter.
I think he needs to do 160 or some kind of catch weight, because
but he needs to see how it feels, though. He needs to see how it feels to be in the ring, carrying extra weight, fighting the guy that's heavier than him.
Yep. But a winnable fight. It need to be a winnable fight.
But Bomac did say, but see, Terence Crawford ain't cut like that. Let me say this first. Bomac said that Terence Crawford been sparring heavyweights ever since he was at 135. He's like, this guy been sparring heavyweights. He said that's where Shakur Stevenson.
But it's remember.
They always spar guys 2 or 3 weight classes. I know sparring is different from
it was a lot different. A lot different.
I'm just telling you, but what I'm telling you is that. But what it does is it trains you from a technical standpoint of how to move around the ring with a heavier fighter.
But listen, you still can't take that point. Let me break it down to you. A lot of fighters train with bigger people. But then let me ask you a question. All these fighters training with these much bigger people, but they still take losses at smaller divisions. Even if they training with these heavyweights, they training with even Earl Smith Jr., they all training with these much bigger fighters, but then you get knocked out by somebody in your own division. It doesn't matter who you spar with, your chin gonna be what your chin is. That's just what it is. The only thing is going to change.
He never had no glass chin.
No, I ain't seen nobody had no glass chin. But the fact is, Terence Crawford is a much smaller fighter than the heavyweights he trained against. And Terence Crawford was able to shake, rattle, and roll them.
But Canelo got to work to get in. Y'all understand? Canelo ain't got no long arms. He got little short-ass little arms, man.
All right, now.
That's the reason why he walked his guys down.
Right. But he's used to it.
Now their reach is gone.
He's used to it because he's been a shorter man for years now. He's used to being a shorter man. Right, but he got timing. He's used to it. That's how come he's able to beat the Colin Smiths that's a lot taller than him. Think about it. Probably everyone he fought at 168 got a height advantage over him. Danny Jacobs had a height advantage over him. Hey.
Caleb Plant did not have no power. Nobody ever walked into that ring, into that fight, thinking that Caleb Plant was going to beat Canelo. You know why? Because Caleb Plant is not that type of fighter.
We talking about reach. No. We talking about getting past. We talking about reach. Canelo Alvarez is used to being. It's like Mike Tyson. Has Mike Tyson? Hold on. But here we go. Here's a good reference for you. Mike Tyson, was he not majority the shorter fighter in his fights most of the time?
And then yes, and when he got in there against fighters that had a jab.
No. All I'm saying is, hold on. All I'm saying is, was Mike Tyson able to overcome that height difference to get his punches off? Was he able to overcome it?
Because the guys he was fighting against did not establish the jab. They didn't know how. But when he fought against guys that were bigger than him, that knew how to jab his ass and kick him off, he had no win. They beat him up. Same thing Buster Stevens did. Same thing Vander Holyfield did. Same thing Lennox Lewis did.
The fact is, and this is straight up facts. You are speaking on hypothetically how Terence Crawford going to look at 168 because we have nothing that we can pull up to show how he's going to perform at 168. I get that. But it's not the same person. The man has to jump up divisions. It's a different. Listen, if he can be perfect and pull it off, I like to see it. I said, listen, I give him way more credit in victory than I would give Canelo in victory because of what he's up against. Things are stacked against him like BBW style, heavyweight type of shit. It's stacked against him. If he pulls it off, I would be happy. If I bet money on Canelo and I lose that money because Crawford wins, I would be happy. But I'm just looking at things from a real boxing standpoint that he got so much stacked against him. And Canelo is used to fighting taller fighters with reach. He fought all the way up to 175. It's going to be a tough rodeo. I'm not saying Crawford. Remember, Crawford, in my opinion, in order to win, he would need to fight the perfect game plan or a really, really good one for all 12 rounds. And if he can do that for all 12 rounds and stay out of danger, he can win.
See, now, that's what you think, that Canelo has to fight a perfect fight.
No, not Canelo. I said Terence Crawford. Crawford got to...
No. Terence Crawford, right?
Because, yes, he's giving up size and power against a guy...
Right. I got you. But in my opinion, I don't think he got to fight no perfect fight. I think Canelo
So he can fight an imperfect fight and beat Canelo. He can fight a run-the-mill fight and beat Canelo.
No. You got to hear me out. Canelo also has to fight a perfect fight. Because Canelo is not fighting a guy who's a damn scrub or push on. The damn thing going to the 168, they don't mean nothing. Because at the end of the day, it's still boxing. It's just like basketball.
There is a difference.
Listen what I'm saying. It's just like basketball, right? I understand what you mean, but just listen. I'm talking about as far as skill. I'm talking about skill among the elite. LeBron James came from high school. They didn't know what they were going. They knew what he looked like in high school, but they didn't know what he was going to look like his first year.
This ain't basketball. This when you reach out and touch somebody's sport. You can't compare them.
Basketball aspect. Don't look at it from the.
No. You have to. It's different. It's different.
I'm talking about elite skill.
No, it's different.
Let me finish my point.
Because you are talking about two different sports. Let's stay with boxing. This is a long point you're making.
Let me finish my point. You gotta let me finish my point, though. My point is that the same way you're saying that Terence Crawford gonna have to fight a perfect fight against Canelo.
Oh, a really goddamn good one. Plan. He did a perfect game plan and pull it off. Or really close to perfect. Really close. Really close.
Canelo Alvarez can fight an imperfect fight against Terence Crawford and still win.
I'm telling you that if Canelo makes some mistakes and drop his hands and Terence Crawford hit him with a shot, he might be able to get away with that a little bit more than if Terence Crawford dropped his right hand and let Canelo land a shot. I just think the power level is going to be way different. I'm not saying that Crawford can't make him pay. I'm just saying if Canelo makes Crawford pay, it could be a much more greater price to pay because he is packing with much more power than Terence Crawford. So I think he has to fight. Let's say a really good plan, not perfect, but a really good plan, a really good one, because they both know the mistakes can't be equal. It's not equal. We seen Canelo chin.
Let me ask you a question right quick. Let me ask you something. I'm looking at you. What you say you weigh? What, about 230, 225, 230?
Yeah, I'm up there.
Okay, you up there. Now, let's just say you were standing there and you had like a little 7-year-old kid, right?
Yeah.
And you told him to hit you in your jaw as hard as he could.
Uh-huh.
And this little kid had been kind of training around boxing a little bit. And he just hauled off with just the tape around his knuckles. And he just hit you right in the right place in your chin. You telling me you're not going to feel that? No,
you will feel it, but here's the difference. Here, hold on. I want to stay with that one. I'm going to hear your next one.
No.
And I'm going to stay with that one. I'm going to hear your next one. Let me stay right with that an example.
About the size when it comes to a punch, man.
Hold on. Let's stay right with that example. If that 7-year-old hauls off and punches me, would I feel it? Yeah. Would I be able to take it at a higher level? Yeah. But if I haul off, sweet mother Teresa, and hit that 7-year-old with my right hand, hey boy, he gonna wake up with wings on him. And they're gonna be, like them pigeons. Like it's a difference in size. It's a difference, and that's what I'm saying. If Crawford hit Canelo, yes, he can hurt him. Yes, he can okay, you got me a goddamn good shot.
I think he can knock him the fuck out, bro.
Okay.
I'm telling you right now. I think he can knock Canelo ass out.
Anything's possible. I'm not going 100. I think it's highly unlikely, but I wouldn't 100% rule against it. Like I said, I think it's highly unlikely, but I think Canelo gonna realize.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No. It's pretty much it. I think it's highly unlikely, but I would not 100% rule against it. But since we never seen Canelo knocked out by any fighter with greater power, again, that don't mean that Crawford can't do it. I just think it's highly unlikely. I think if there's a knockout that occurs, I would bet on Canelo, Sweet Chin Moves, and Crawford before I bet Crawford, Sweet Chin Moves, and Canelo. Crawford, like I say, he would have to mentally and physically school Canelo. Like I'm telling you, he needs to remind Canelo when he got schooled by Floyd. He needs to get into his head mentally and follow it up with physically. So that way, even if he's not completely hurting Canelo, he's reminding God damn, I can't just... He needs to get him frustrated and keep him there.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. That's what was going on against Madrimal.
I got somebody at my door. I ain't gonna pick up right now though. Go ahead, Chunk. Keep cooking.
Madrigal could not get off on Terence Crawford the way he wanted to, and it frustrated him. So he started taking chances and swinging wild, started coming in without no intentions or nothing, and then Terence Crawford teeing off on him. And that's how the fight was going. And that's what when I hear you say that, that's the thing that Terence Crawford do. He take away your best punch. He take away what you like to do best, and then he dealing with the other stuff. Because he gonna always put himself in position to win the fight. He tell you that all the time. I put myself in position. I do what it takes to win the fight. And if it's him taking that left hand, allowing himself to be subjected to the left hand of Canelo all night, guess what? He know how to fight on the outside. Terence Crawford know how to fight on the outside as well as on the inside. So he knows he'll be able to see that goddamn left hand punch coming a mile away.
Listen, all right.
Canelo's gonna be taking chances.
Again, the outside. Again, if we have to see if you're right or not, but I think we see Caleb Plant try to play the stick and move game for a long time.
Yeah, Caleb Plant ain't Terence Crawford.
But and you're right that they are not. I'm just using that one aspect of trying to stay away and play the stick and move game. They are not the same. Like, because I gave that reference on how Caleb Plant throws a jab versus how Crawford throws a jab. But I'm just using on just that specific staying on the outside and moving. We seen that fighters do that. They go into a retreat mode, or they try to box, but they play the stick and move. I can hit you, you can't hit me. And somewhere along that line.
I'm talking about if you watch Shakur Stevenson fight. Shakur Stevenson, everybody say he run. That's bullshit. Shakur still running in front of everybody. He knows distance. He got distance. Once he get the distance of how his jab can hit and yours can't, that's where he gonna fight at. And it's the same thing with Terence Crawford. Terence Crawford fight with distance. He get right where he's
they're different. I think Crawford actually does engage more, but not Shakur last fight, but the one before that when he fought. I can't think of this guy's name. That's the one.
What's his name?
He
fought him.
It's the one. It's the one where they really started calling him like he would. I mean, I think that fight either tied or came close to a record of the least amount of punches. It was just not a good. It was not.
You talking about Santos?
Yeah. Listen, I mean, whenever you are breaking records, that's for bad things in boxing with the least amount of punches thrown or landed. In boxing, where the main thing is to throw punches, it's just not a good thing. He honestly, he was not looking to engage in that fight. There was one point where he took about 3 running steps and turned around once he got off the ropes. You know, it just wasn't a good look for him. Now he tried to do a little bit different. Right, but then the next fight after that, he still didn't let his hands go. I thought he did a little bit better, but he still didn't let his hand go. He still kind of one shot pot shotting, but he's still not letting his hands go. He doesn't have, like I said, it's different because I found extreme excitement in Floyd Mayweather being able to counter punch, slip slide, But Floyd had a couple fights like where he fought Baltimore that just wasn't that exciting, where he was doing more of the I can touch you, you can.
But he had a little bit of Pretty Boy and Money May. You understand what I'm saying? So he can get off of either point. He showed you a little bit of Pretty Boy when he was Money Mayweather. He showed you a little bit of that in the spurts. But it was time that he understood, like his daddy told him when he broke his hand all those times. Like, look, okay, now we got to switch up the game. Now you got to hit and not be hit. Now you can't be Pretty Boy no more. You can't go in there and try to knock out everybody. Now you got to go in there and beat him over a period of rounds. You see what I'm saying? And that's what Floyd did. Floyd was looking for no knockout. Floyd looked to dominate you for round 1 all the way to round 12.
Let me do this, man. First of all, I'm not gonna lie, man. I love a good verbal sport match. I appreciate you coming up here fighting a good fight. What's your name again, or what do you go by? So I can call you that.
Will. I'm Will from ATL.
All right, Will from ATL, man. Hey, I extremely appreciate it. Like I said, I love a good sport match. I love more disagreeing more than agreeing because it opens up minds and makes me think better. But I'm gonna get the last a minute before I end up getting out, find out who is that ringing my doorbell, and then I'm gonna wrap it up. But again, man, I really do appreciate it. But let me get your last final uncontested thoughts on Crawford versus Canelo. How you see it going? What do you know that nobody else is really paying attention to, and how would it end on fight night?
Okay, this is what I see. I see them both coming out early, trying to figure each other out. But I think what's going to happen is is that Terence Crawford is going to push the gas a little bit quicker than what people anticipating to see what type of Canelo that he's going to be fighting. I think that Bo Mack them going to have different game plans for whatever Canelo that they see. And then when Canelo will get frustrated because they're going to take his best punch away, which is his jab, they're going to take that away and watch how Terence Crawford beat up the left or the right side of Canelo's face. Watch. I'm talking about with the jab. He's going to be beating that face up. And it's going to make Canelo take chances that he normally wouldn't take in a match. And it's going to be a punch that he don't see coming that's going to either knock him out or it's going to knock him down. And that's how we're going to see the fight. That's my take on it. I appreciate your time, man. May God bless your show. Make it blow up out of control, man. Thank you for the opportunity.
Hey, wow. Thank you, Will. Thank you. All right, man. That was Will on the line, man. Shout out to Will from ATL. And my boy in the building, Mike Biggs Boxing. What up, Mike? Hope you're still here. Championship Crawford got this in the bag. He says, my guy, Salute King. What's up, Mike Biggs? Wing King. He couldn't make the weight. Knocked him out cold. I think he's talking about the American. Juan, yes. All right, man. Hey, salute. Hey, thank you guys, man. Joseph, what up, champ? He says, Bud Crawford will beat Canelo better than Mayweather. Okay, listen, man. I hear you, Canelo Crawford fans. I hear you loud and clear. But listen, man. I can see clearly now. Listen. I'm going to stand on this 10 toes talk. I am pulling and would love to see Crawford win. I would like to see him do it. It's a lot of things, it's stacked. A lot of things are unknown. So it's hard for me to just basically pull for him. Like I said, bet on him just to pull for him. I can pull, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, it's like a team that's 0-16 playing a team that's 16-0. You can pull for the 0-16 team, and you know that the chance is a slim chance they can win, but you just never know. I'm pulling for Crawford. I'm not saying he's no 0-16 team. I'm pulling for him. He got really good skills. He's been doing work to earn the #1 pound for pound spot. I like what Crawford do. When I look at Crawford's skills and Canelo's skills, they are different, but they both are very, very effective. To go back to what Will was saying about Terence Crawford jab. Now, a lot of times people don't know this, but sometimes it is harder to land a jab when you fight a southpaw versus orthodox. So if Crawford is able to really land that jab like he say, maybe there's a difference maker. Now, in case you guys don't box, let me tell you why it is harder a lot of times. And it's easier fighting somebody with your own stance. So if you fight somebody your own stance, their jab hand here, your jab hand is right here, and you can kind of get it in a little bit. But when you fight somebody with opposite stance, both of the hands kind of right here at each other. So when you throw in a jab, it's a lot harder because you gotta try to get around the hand that's already out there. Like his hand here, your hand here, and both of you guys trying to jab. But opposite hands, it's like this. They're not the closest hand out there is not the jab hand. So it's to establish the jab is always good in every fight. It's always good. And that is something Crawford needs to do, but it's going to be hard because one, Canelo is already right here. He's going to catch a lot of them jabs right here. He's going to come on that first round for the first about a minute and a half. He's going to feel that round out. He's going to throw a little jab, a little something there, but it's just really more fillers just to be active. Towards the end of that round, he's going to try to kick it up a little bit and try to push against Crawford. But he wants to see what Crawford got. He wants to see his speed. He wants to see the distance. He wants to try to measure Crawford a little bit before it explode on him. And like I said, Crawford is moving to 168 pounds. When you put that much weight on, we don't even know how fast your feet going to be. Like, even Tyson Fury, even though I know he wanted to, he gained even more weight against his rematch against what's his name? Usyk, right? When he first fought Usyk, he was able to move his feet a little bit more, right? He was moving a little bit more. he gained weight. He didn't move. Slowed him down. You know what I'm saying? Tyson Fury wanted to set more down on his punches to try to knock out Kovalev, but putting that weight on affects more things. Yes, you can gain things in it, but you're going to lose something else. That's how come they say a fighter need to get acclimated to a division. What acclimated means? Your body has to get used to fighting at that weight. And the more you fight at that weight, the more effective you will be at that weight because you're used to fighting at it. Terence Crawford has to jump on fight night to 168 pounds, fighting the top dog at 168 pounds. It's a very tough fight, very uphill battle. Things are stacked in Canelo's favor, against Terence Crawford. I told people a long time ago, I said Crawford's going to want to catch weight, but he's not going to do a catch weight. He's going to force Crawford to come all the way up there. And Canelo's going to, he's going to weigh in at 168, and then he's going to gain weight overnight. Crawford probably going to weigh in around 164 and maybe come in at 168, maybe 170, 172 on fight night. It's going to be, he might have a height advantage, but their stature is different. Terence Crawford has more of a lean stature. Canelo has more of a broader stature. That's how come some people can naturally move fleet on their feet versus the people that got them tree trunk legs. They can't. So they're more stationary fighters. Either way, guys, this is a fight that I would love to. I'm going to continue to keep talking about. I'm going to continue to keep having these debates. And on fight night, we're going to find out who's right, who's wrong. Now, I'm going to say this. I would love to eat crow. I would love to eat crow. Every bit of that nasty taste to see Crawford win. But as a betting man, I would have to bet Canelo. I will pull for Crawford. On fight night, I am pulling for Crawford. See, don't get it twisted. I don't hate Crawford. I don't dislike Crawford. I give him his credit for greatness that he has achieved and made his mark in the sport of boxing. I give him that. But there's weight classes for a reason. Even Floyd Mayweather said a good big man would beat a good little man. We will see if this is a different time. I'm T-Dog Whatsblazing the Sports. Let's find out who's ringing my goddamn doorbell. Subscribe, like, and share. We're trying to get that road to 10K. I appreciate it if you do. And I'm out. Where's my theme? Like Deion said, where's my theme music? There we go. Yeah. Now where's my girl doing her theme music theme? There she go. Yeah! Take them tips, lick them lips. Let's go. I'm out, guys. Peace.